I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's so open and shut. And here, they're back to their usual bullshit, like nothing happened.
Some in his own party. Let's start with the Republican nominee for governor there, Carrie Lake. She lost. She's been promoting these conspiracies about the vote in Maricopa County. Of course, she can fight it on the court. She has not started that process. But her social media is focusing a lot on Bill Gates here. Is there a direct link between what we're seeing him forced to do and what she's doing, or is that oversimplified?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, certainly you would think some people are believing what she has to say. I mean, my view is if you have something, go to court. And if you don't, shut up. I mean, most people in the country, we had an election. The winners won. The losers conceded. Most places this worked out. Arizona, obviously, we've got a different result. So I don't think it's good. I think it's unfortunate for the people who were out there trying to do their duty and count the votes. And I hope they're safe. But, broadly, this went okay. Arizona, we have an issue, and I think people should respect the results of elections.
Well, on that note, Ron Brownstein, we heard from a number of members of the Republican Party over the weekend, Chris Christie and Governor Sununu, even Paul Ryan spoke out, all saying that the party needs to move on from Trump, encapsulating it by just suggesting not even suggesting, by saying that he's a loser for the party and that he won't be able to win again if they want a Republican in the White House. What's notable, though, is that they focused on this notion that he keeps losing elections for Republicans and not the morality side of this, not that he incited and helped to incite an insurrection. What do you make of that message from Republicans? Is it something that you think is a valid one and one that can get more Republicans on board to move on from Trump, or are they missing a key component here?
Well, as Yumi and Scott discussed on the Friday after the election, it is striking that extorting Ukraine, inciting a riot, trying to overturn the 2020 election, using racist language on a regular basis for 7 years, and hoarding classified documents in Mar-a-Lago were not enough to cause a breach, but pushing through the nomination of candidates who proved weak in key states was. I mean, that says something about the strategy Republicans have had about dealing with Trump and why it may be more difficult than they now think to separate themselves from him. They have been so deferential through all of those other events because they fear that any alienation of him would depress turnout among his base voters, which they are more dependent on now than they were even in 2016. I mean, one of the things we saw in this election was that even with 9% inflation, deep discontent over the economy, 401ks getting pummeled, Democrats matched or exceeded Biden's margins in the key suburban counties in all of the states that decided the 2020 election. And that means Republicans are even more dependent than they were 6 years ago on that Trump base to win places like Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. And I think that leaves them treading a very narrow path as they try to separate.
Here, okay, Herschel Walker here.
There was that mass shooting Saturday night in Colorado Springs at an LGBTQ nightclub, 5 people killed. Herschel Walker in Georgia has released a new ad today. Let's play a portion of it.
I'm Riley Gaines, a 12-time NCAA All-American.
And I'm Herschel Walker.
Bro, this is such a funny fucking ad. I mean, it's like devastating to just cut this and then post it like a day after fucking, an anti-LGBT hate crime happened. But like, it's also fucking hilarious because like, yo, you suck, dude. You tied for 5th place. Like, you're dog shit. Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? I'm not even going to get into the whole like theory about a lot of TERFs unironically not abiding by the rigid gender standards and norms that they fucking claim should exist when they are the very definition of destroying said gender norms, their fucking broad ass shoulders and shit. Okay, I'm thinking it. I'm not saying it, but I'm thinking it. Why the fuck are TERFs so goddamn bricked up? Jesus Christ, dude. Holy shit. Like, you would literally live more comfortably if you didn't fucking do this idiotic thing, okay? Do you not recognize that you yourself will most likely, inevitably in a society of your liking or of your choosing, are going to get bullied for having shoulders like that? You're fucking jacked, dog. You're jacked, okay? You're jacked. And yet all those motherfucking shoulders did not help you reach a slot better than fucking tying for 5th place. You suck. You literally suck. What happened? You guys couldn't get the 2nd place guy? You guys couldn't get the 3rd place person? Huh? You had to go with tied for 5th place? The other person that tied for 5th place is not complaining. That's crazy. The irony here is like tenfold, okay? Like you lost to hella cis people. What the fuck are you complaining about, you know? I can't believe I know background information about this fucking psychopath. I will never forgive the conservative movement for making me learn about swim meets, dude. Like varsity swimming. Get the fuck out of here. You're disgusting. I hate you so much, okay? Holy fuck, I don't care. I don't care. And no one cares. That's the reality. That's what's really fucked up. No one fucking cares. But now we have to play the song and dance. Like I have to learn about shit so I can address it adequately. And that pisses me off. I don't want to watch. And I don't want to learn about fucking varsity female swimmers. I don't want to learn about varsity male swimmers. And I don't want to learn about varsity female swimmers. I don't care. Motherfuckers are dying in this country because they can't get fucking health care. And conservatives are so clearly and demonstrably privileged that they're like, well, what about the varsity females, huh? What about the fucking equality in sports? Like, shut the fuck up. You don't care. You should be forced at gunpoint to watch every varsity swim meet going forward if you fucking act like you care about equality in sports in that regard. Shut the fuck up. I hate it. I hate it because like so many debate lords have also taken on this position and they're like, no, we do care actually. How dare you, Hasan? How dare you say that? This is important. A lot of people do care. No, they don't. No, they don't. And you never did either. I will never forgive you for making me learn about varsity swim meets.
For more than a decade, I worked so hard. 4 a.m. practices to be the best. But my senior year, I was forced to compete against a biological male.
That's unfair and wrong.
A man won the swimming title that belonged to a woman, and Senator Warnock voted to let it happen.
You got 5th place. You tied for 5th place. You were never winning, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Learn to swim, you fucking loser. Fuck you. What a sore fucking freak loser, dude. Holy shit. And the conservatives on top of that are such fucking pathetic, whiny little baby bitch-ass losers that they couldn't get the 2nd place person. They couldn't get the 3rd place person. They couldn't get the 4th place person. They couldn't even get the other 5th place person that she fucking tied for. And they went with the 5th place person that tied with another cis 5th place person. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. Why are we having this conversation? I don't want to hear from this fucking loser. Hey, Herschel, you're not up there on that fucking podium right now because you're a fucking loser. You're a winner, right? You won at a certain point, you know? Why the fuck are you, sharing the stage with some fucking loser? What happened? You're so annoying. Shut the fuck up. Why do you come to my broadcast and say, I am annoying? Turn off the television. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you watching, you fucking brain-dead idiot? Thanks for the sub.
Stand up for female athletes.
Herschel Walker.
Now you can't even resubscribe to avoid the top of the hour ad break. That comes at the top of every fucking hour. Now, not only are you a fucking dumbass hater bitch, you can't even fucking write in the chat, and you can't even fucking subscribe to avoid the top of the hour ad break. So now you have to sit through the fucking ads at the top of every goddamn hour. Think about that for a second. Now, if you no longer want to see those ads in the chat, all you need to do is fucking subscribe. But I will ban you if you see some dumb shit in my chat while I'm popping off. Okay? For $5 or for free, though, you can have this uninterrupted rant broadcast experience. Or if you get gifted a sub, that's another way that you can avoid it. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Thank you, Too Hardcore and Zombie Bay 88 for the 5 get the subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads.
Hands up for what's right.
Why is that the message?
Thank
for
you,
this
Mama2210 for the 5 get the subs.
Well, it's a huge issue for Republican base. I assume what the Walker campaign is thinking is that they need to keep Republicans engaged in this election. Obviously, they got to get them to come out to the polls one more.
Thank you, Transphobia Phobic, for the 5 get the subs as well. Maybe they got 5th place girl because she's white and blonde. No, dude, I know. I hate to report on this, but I do know the background. The irony is, and I talked about this before, like, first of all, I don't even give a fuck if the 2nd place loser was like, oh my God, this person is trans. But no, the 2nd place loser was a graceful loser and did not immediately go down the psychotic transphobia route. As a matter of fact, in a lot of these circumstances, it is hard to find a dumb idiot to come out and be transphobic. Most of the cis women that are participating in high school and varsity sports are actually very supportive of their, trans competitors. They recognize the additional oppression that they go through. That's it. That's the reason why they went to fucking 5th place, for the record. Because guess what? And this might come as a surprise to everyone, but a lot of people are not fucking mindless, hateful, bigoted freaks. There's a lot of people who are just like, if you polled them anonymously, I bet that would be different. I fucking love you, dude. You are a bitch. That is projection, okay? That's you. That's a you issue. You can't, if you are that fucking hateful in secret that you assume that every single fucking person is just as bigoted as you, that's a you thing. You've been in here for 2 months. You've been subscribed for 2 months. I'm going to be as charitable as possible to you and say, hey, you're on your fucking journey and you're learning and maybe you'll get better. But understand that not every single person is like you, okay? The assumption that everyone secretly agrees with you is at the heart of every fucking bigot. That's why they think and then get shocked when people are like, no, man, that's actually fucked up. Classic Hasan, I know you are, but what am I argument? That's not a classic argument. Wait, what? The assumption that everyone is secretly bigoted is literally what that person is doing. I told you that when they interview a lot of those people, they're like, no, we actually support our trans colleagues. We actually support the people that we're competing with that are trans. And they have interviewed the other people at the swim meet. You turn around and you assume that secretly, actually, they're not. No, that's just you, man. That's you. It's kind of crazy. Okay. This is one of the largest stream communities on the entire planet. Okay. Straight up across the board. This is one of the biggest streaming communities on the fucking planet. It's in the top 10. Okay. By watch time, by chatter interaction whatsoever. Okay. There's plenty of fucking people in here who are surprisingly to you, I guess, not hateful and bigoted. It is the exact same energy as that Texas teacher saying everyone is a racist, but they just don't want to admit it. By the way, Herschel Walker played 5 total playoff games in the NFL and accomplished fuck all. Okay, I don't know enough about Herschel Walker. I remember a news story about a female high school runner complaining about competing against 2 trans runners. When the people looked up the race times, the 2 trans athletes came in 3rd and 4th, and the complainer was in 8th place. Exactly. Because when you're a fucking loser who can't run fast, or when you're a fucking loser and you have loser mentality and you're making up fucking excuses, you realize early on, maybe I can just, find a new career for myself by being the fucking blonde bimbo conservative freak. I'll be bimbo number 17 on Fox News. That's what she's doing. That's all she's doing. Shut the fuck up and learn how to swim faster, idiot. What is the argument? Oh man, if that trans person wasn't at the swim meet, I would have fucking tied for, not even tied. You would have still had 5th place because you tied with someone else. So you would have still been 5th place. 4th place. You would have tied for 4th place. Okay?
More time. And there were a number of Republicans who voted for Kemp in the general election who didn't vote for Herschel Walker. So this is a base engagement strategy. And just having been around Republican politics for a few years, I can tell you this issue right here does engage Republicans. So I see why they're doing it. I understand the strategy behind it. But to me, it is all about keeping Republicans on the hook.
This is why I get so fucking mad at dummies that even gave any fucking dignity to the very clearly bullshit argument that this is about equality in sports. Okay? It was bullshit from the fucking jump, dude. It was never a real thing. Okay? It was never a real argument. It was never a real consideration. Nobody gave about equality in fucking sports. Just like when the right wing says they care about pro-life, and that's and the only way to care about pro-life is by stopping abortions from happening. Stop listening to what they're saying. Stop falling for the marketing. Okay? It's bullshit. Gamergate was not about ethics in video game journalism, and this was never about ethics in fucking high school varsity sports or in high school and varsity level, high school varsity and collegiate level fucking athleticism. Every sport is about inequality. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interesting and compelling. People have biological advantages. The only difference is you think being trans is unnatural and trans people are faking it so they can fucking win at the collegiate level at a fucking swim meet, you psycho? Yeah, dude, they're undergoing HRT so they can fucking win one competition. That's precisely why you never find people, quote unquote, faking it. And actually, the only people that end up, quote unquote, faking it are Republicans like that fucking Zuby idiot who's identify as a woman to win a weightlifting competition. That's it. Right-wingers can never find someone who faked it to just win, especially because winning is not a guarantee, right? So they then play that fucking role themselves, like Steven Crowder dressed up as a woman. It's so dumb. They can never find one, so they just make it up themselves.
to come out one more time in an election where Walker is actually fighting from behind. He got fewer votes, so he's got to get a few more Republicans to the polls on the runoff.
Just question the timing of it all, though. He's got a few more weeks in this election, and to do it after a mass shooting just a few days. Listen, Republicans, and you, Ron, would agree in your assessment, Republicans got hurt by some of their leaders' response to the attack against Nancy Pelosi's husband, not really reading the temperature in the country, and now to release this ad has a lot of people raising questions. Thank you so much, Ron Brownstein and Scott Jennings.
Yeah, that was funny. I do remember that. When TERFs got mad about a trans woman winning Jeopardy, then they acted like it was somehow an AMAB advantage. Like, that's the irony. That's the inherent irony about fucking TERFs, like the trans exclusionary radical feminists, the anti-trans people, is that they literally are just misogynistic. Like, they're women that are just misogynistic and automatically assume that if you're a man, you have superpowers. Okay? It's just a fucking self-own. Like, you're literally saying that the trans woman is actually a man and men are just inherently smarter than women. That's crazy. Like, saying that being trans gives you an advantage in Jeopardy literally just openly shows what you believe. And that is that, like, inherently men are superior to women. That's crazy. What do you say to people who do take them to be sincere and want to listen to both sides? I get that from people a lot. What both sides on what? I knew someone who thought trans women were faking it to be able to get into women's jails. This is just another iteration of that. I mean, those people are fucking insane. I don't know what to say. I care about swimming more than they do, and I don't care about this. Yeah. They say being trans involves mutilating your body, yet apparently people will do that just to win in college sports. Yeah, exactly. Also, like, what's the end point there? What's the end goal there? Like, they're just going to fucking detransition after they win and be like, lol, I was just kidding. Like, is that what happens at the end of that?